Good morning, grade 4. Our topic for today is chapter 6, lesson 4. How can Earth's surface change rapidly? In this chapter, I will discuss to you the layers of the Earth and how does the layers or surface of the Earth change rapidly. The word rapidly means how fast is it moving. How does the Earth's surface moves? Is it fast or is it slow? So let's proceed to the first page. The first page is in page 61. Earth's moving plate. Earth's outer crust rests on the top of another layer called mantle. The crust and the top of the mantle are divided into a very large pieces called plates. I will discuss it to you. Here is the layers of the Earth. The layers of the Earth are crust. This is the place where human, animals, and plants are living together. The mantle is the next layer. Next is the outer core. And then the most inner layer is called the inner core. It says here that crust and mantle is divided into two. And then that division is called the tectonic plate. Does this tectonic plate moves? I will show you a proof. It says here in this picture is captured in Iceland. Iceland is a country. And then in this area, it shows that this place is from the United States. And then the other part here in the right is in European plate. Before, this two is just one. But because of the movement of the Earth's surface, now this is divided into two. Let's go to question number 1. Draw conclusion. Suppose that an area experiences frequent earthquakes. What might you conclude about the area? The possible answer? Plates likely come together in that area. Meaning, the more earthquake we have, the more plates we could also have also. I will show you here. Before, Earth continent is just one, but because of the movement of the Earth plate, we have now the 7 continents. We never feel that the plate is moving, but didn't you know that the plate's movement is just how fast our nails is growing? Like our nails, we didn't observe that this is growing, but in reality, that our nails every day is growing. Same also with the plate. Our plate or the Earth's plate is moving as fast as our nails is growing. Now, what are the other movements of the Earth's surface? Let's go to the next page, volcanoes. A volcano is a landform that forms at an opening in the Earth's crust. And then in the Earth crust, magma could come outside. Magma is a molten rock. And then when that magma reaches the Earth's surface, we call it as a lava. How hot is a lava? The temperature is 1100 degrees Celsius or 2000 Fahrenheit. That temperature could break the rock. Okay, in number 3, let's predict ash and other particles from an eruption may fill the sky and block the sunlight. How might this change Earth's temperature? Maybe you didn't see a volcanic eruption before, but in my country, in the Philippines, we have a lot of volcanoes. And one of the volcanoes last year in Taal, Batangas, erupted. And when that volcano erupted, the whole part of the area is covered with ashes and smoke. and then the whole area is become shady because that ash and then that smoke could cover the entire clouds in the area, and then that makes the temperature in that area become cooler. But it doesn't mean that that is good because that smoke and then that ashes has a smell. That is the smell of sulfur, which is not good for human lungs. Let's go to other country, Hawaii. The Kilauea volcano in Hawaii is always or frequently erupting. I will show you a video about Kilauea volcano in Hawaii.
This river of red hot rock has been causing chaos in the streets of Hawaii.
I think it's faster than a turtle can move.
The lava doesn't move quickly, but nothing can stop it. And as you can see from this video, it destroys everything in its path. The lava is coming from Kilauea, a volcano on Hawaii's Big Island, which is home to these guys.
Aloha BTN, I'm Fiona. Aloha BTN, my name is Sebastian. I go to Volcano School of Arts and Sciences. It's about a maybe 4-minute car ride / bike ride to the national park, also to the crater. Right now the lava is causing people to evacuate and causing homes to be damaged and pets to possibly be killed or they're running away. So it's not fun. It's a slow-moving flow, but it's very hot, about 2,000 degrees, and it just burns everything in its path. But since it's slow-moving, people have time to evacuate, which definitely helps.
Kilauea is one of the world's most active volcanoes. In fact, it's part of the reason Hawaii exists. It's what's known as a hotspot volcano. They form over places where molten rock or magma has built up under the Earth's crust. When enough pressure builds up, the magma comes out as a volcano. When it hits the water, it cools down and solidifies, forming new islands. While the hotspot always stays in the same place, the tectonic plates, which make up the Earth's crust, are constantly moving, slowly dragging the new islands away from the hotspot, which is why Hawaii's chain of islands looks like this. Kilauea has been erupting almost continuously since 1983, but this is the worst it's been in a long time. And there are worries as the lava drains out of the volcano, it could actually get more dangerous, because the molten rock will heat up the groundwater and create steam, which could cause the mountain to explode.
If we know the steam is coming and ash, we are ready to evacuate.
Sebastian and Fiona say it's a scary time for Hawaii locals, and they're really sad for their neighbours who have lost their homes. But it's also been amazing to see just how powerful nature can be.
I was actually filming some footage of the ash cloud. And yes, I was very scared, but excited too. Because, cool, don't see that every day.
Okay, back to our slide. It says here, draw a conclusion. Look at the picture of Kilauea's volcano. Tell how the volcano eruption have changed the surrounding area. The kids just say that it's cool because you cannot see volcanic eruption every day. But honestly, it is not cool. It is actually deadly. The smoke that you see is harmful to the lungs of human. When you expose yourself every day in this kind of situation, you might be dead. At the same time, it causes harm, disaster in the area. Here it says, the hot lava flows have burned trees and other plants and covered the ground. In the videos, it shows houses, cars, people's places are damaged because of the lava. Because who could stay in 1000 to 2000 degrees Celsius? Probably all things might melt. Okay, so that is volcanic eruption. That is how dreadful and damaging the volcanic eruption is. And that is the event that could also change the Earth's surface. Let's go to the next slide. Here, earthquake. Earthquake is another event that could change the Earth's surface. Earthquake occurs along fault. A fault is a break or a crack in a rock where Earth's crust can move suddenly. Remember the layers of the Earth? The most outer layer of the Earth is called crust. And then the fault is the break or crack in the Earth's crust. The sudden movement that causes the Earth's crust shake is called earthquake. I will repeat. The sudden movement or shaking of the Earth's crust is called earthquake. So I'll be back in this. In the crust, when you see a crack or a break, we call it as a fault. And then when the fault is shaking or the crust of the Earth is shaking or moving, we call it as an earthquake. Now here, the most earthquakes are small, but a few earthquakes are powerful enough to damage buildings, roads, and bridges. The damage is often greatest near the epicenter. What is epicenter, by the way? Let's look at the picture in your book. Okay, here. This is a fault. This is a fault line. Remember that this place is called the Earth's crust, and then the break is called fault. When there is a shaking or when there's a movement, we call it as an earthquake. You can feel that shaking in the epicenter. The focus is in this place, but you can feel the vibration in the epicenter. Epicenter is the place of the concentration of the shaking or movement of the Earth's crust. There are types of earthquake. Convergent. A convergent is a movement of Earth's crust in this way. Other part of the Earth's crust can go down and the others could move up. The divergent, it could split up. Earth's crust could split up. If this thing happens in the mountain, it could be a new trench. A trench means it's the deepest part of the ocean. We'll repeat. If the earthquake happens under the sea, example, this is the ocean floor or the seabed, when that crust split, it could create a trench. A trench is the deepest part in the bodies of water. Another type is called the transform. This is the slipping of the Earth's crust. It looks like this one. Okay, the next slide will be in the next part.